Hello again, beautiful beings of light. Hopefully you can hear me. I have a bit of a different setup today. That's why I'm so close to you. I'm also way above schedule, and that is because I have a friend coming. And so I've got one of my good friends coming from Toronto today, and he is going to be joining me all week. Can you guys hear me okay? Because the mic is pretty far away from me. Hey, Bo. Hey, Jules. Hi, Shondell. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I am ahead of schedule. Oh, good. I'm ahead of schedule because I've got a friend coming. He's literally coming from LAX right now, so I wanted to definitely make this live video, and hopefully that doesn't kind of screw too many people up because I am kind of in a weird schedule today, but yeah, and I'm also literally his bed, this air mattress that I blew up is right where my little studio is. So I'm sitting on the air mattress while I'm talking to you guys. That's why I'm like a little bit, hey Heidi, thanks for being a member. That's why I'm a little bit in a weird position. Okay, anyway. Today we are talking all about spirit guides. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Of course, my little buddy wanted to come and and be a part of this live video too. I asked him if he wanted to. He's got his little gay UFO alien pin on, and he's wearing this super cute little outfit, just like a little tank top and his little khakis. You know, I dress him up because he likes it. So we're going to be talking about spirit guides today. Yeah, and I'm going to give you a little rundown of all of the different types of spirit guides that I am aware of. My eyebrow's a little bit out of place there, but that's okay. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of all the spirit guides that I'm aware of, and specifically we're going to be talking about cosmic spirit guides today. So who are your spirit guides? How many spirit guides does a person particularly have? And basically, how can we best connect to our spirit guides? And then I've got a little bit of a funny story too. Hello, Liz Chan. Thank you for being a part of the membership page. I love it because I can see all of my members in green, so I can call you guys out. I can shout you guys out. Okay, so first of all, I just want to remind everyone, maybe you're new to my channel, maybe you've been watching me for a while, but I want to remind everyone that I have been channeling for at least 10 years now. So I think it was, 2010, when I was 18, I kind of reawoken into my spiritual gifts and abilities. I was definitely channeling when I was a kid, and then I lost it a little bit. I got really depressed and anxious, and I went through a lot of mental health things. And then I got back into it at 16, and then finally when I moved out at 18, I really opened up. Hey Lauren, so sorry Lauren, I did not tell you I was hopping in early, but I'm glad that you made it. Okay, so yeah, and so I've been channeling for about 10 years now. So yeah, 2020, 2010, that's 10 years. So crazy, so crazy. Anyway, and so since I've opened up my psychic and spiritual abilities, I have really interacted with a lot of interdimensional beings, a lot of spirit guides, spirit animals, indigenous elders, ancestors as well. Obviously, my favorite spirit guide to interact with is your cosmic parallel self. So I don't even like going to your cosmic soul family anymore. I just like looking at who were you as an interdimensional being, and let's bring that person in. Let's bring that being in to interact with you because they have lots of energy for you. Hi, Corinne. Thank you so much for that super chat. I love it. You were so on it, girl. Thank you. I love that little guy too. Okay, so as always, guys, if you have your notebooks and pens, please grab them, bring them out. Lots of good, kind of juicy information for you today. So where to begin? Yes, so I really started looking at a lot of ghosts and spirits, so spirit guides as people who have passed away in your life, which is possible. Let's actually, to begin with, let's just go over all of the different types of spirit guides that you could potentially have. Obviously, my expertise is cosmic spirit guides, so we're going to really talk about that today, but I want to talk about all the spirit guides. Okay, and I'm sure I'll probably be missing some information. Once again, everyone, this isn't the ultimate truth. This is just what I know through my channeling, so take it or leave it. Okay, so we have animal spirit guides. We have ancestral spirit guides, which means spirit guides who are a part of your family, your physical human family lineage in this lifetime. Okay, so current, present, incarnation, ancestral lineage, spirit guides. And that also includes like grandparents, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers who have passed on, crossed over, and they wanted to come back as a spirit guide for you. Just because you have a grandmother on the other side doesn't mean that they're there, that they are your spirit guide. You have to choose for that person to be your spirit guide. Okay? So once again, we can have animal spirit guides. We can have ancestral, current lifetime spirit guides. We can have ancestral past lifetime spirit guides, meaning maybe you were in a lifetime where you were a Native American hunter, a man, and your shaman grandfather in that past lifetime, you guys had a connection, and he decided to come back around in this lifetime to be a spirit guide for you. Okay, so once again, I'm going to review them again. Okay, we've got the animal spirit guides, we have the current lifetime ancestral spirit guides, we have the past lifetime ancestral spirit guides. Am I missing anything? Okay, good. And then we have cosmic spirit guides. So overall, I would say there's 4 main kind of types of spirit guides. Once again, obviously my expertise is the cosmic spirit guides. I guess the 5th type of spirit guide, which is kind of a weird but also super amazing type of spirit guide, is you in another parallel life. Okay, past lifetime, future lifetime, but you can be your own spirit guide. And typically I only see this, I actually have never seen a human being bring in their human self to be a spirit guide. Typically it's like, as a human being, you have an 8th dimensional Arcturian self of yours that wants to come through as a spirit guide currently, okay? So typically they're more interdimensional. I think that in that way, it's like the higher the dimensions you go, the easier it is for you to come back into a lower dimension or a lower form. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Awesome. I don't really have any announcements today other than I have a YouTube membership platform now. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to be doing exclusive videos, live videos. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow you to do full live videos just for the membership page, which really sucks. But I do Q&As every Sunday. That is an open Q&A. But only the members are allowed to ask me questions. So I think that's pretty cool, but everyone gets to enjoy the content. So anyway, so that's every Sunday. And then tarot card pulls and all of that too, every week for the membership page in the community section. So if you're interested in joining the membership page, I already have a bunch of you guys, so thank you all for the founding members. I think because I'm looking down, my nose is running. Okay, anyway. So membership page, what else? Any other announcements? Other than that, just super chats, guys. If you resonate with my content and you love what I do and you feel like it's impacting you on some level or another, I am definitely always welcome to super chats, especially since I'm not doing any more one-on-one sessions. But that also reminds me that I am doing group sessions, which means that twice a week I bring 10 people, or really 8 people now, all around the world together to have like literally mind-blowing, incredible group sessions. The last time every single person asked about their cosmic identity, it was insane. It was insane. This was like yesterday. Such an incredible group session, but they are all so incredible. And I discovered something. In the group session yesterday, I went into a past lifetime because someone asked about their cosmic identity, and they're very connected to the blue avians. And I went into a past lifetime where they were actually a blue avian during ancient Egyptian times. And you know that blue Egyptian bird that kind of looks like this? I don't know. You can't really see me, but it kind of looks like this. Anyway, so apparently that's a symbol. Hey, Hua, thank you so much for that super chat. Anyway, so that bird symbol apparently is actually a symbol representing the impact that blue avians had back in ancient Egypt. It was literally mind-blowing. That was just one small portion of that video. And then, okay, one more thing. Oh, hey, Tony. Thank you so much for that super chat. 1111. Gotta love it. Okay, so crazy. So then, and then, like, yesterday's live video was just so on point. But anyway, and so, and then one of the other ladies, she was asking just, hey, anything that my spirit guides want to tell me. And I saw this huge cord connecting her throat chakra to a grandparent. And she's like, I don't know, I'm not really close with any grandparent. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, oh, but I do have a grandmother who can't really speak up. She can't find her voice, right? And so then I go into this crazy past lifetime where her grandmother in this lifetime was actually her sister in a past lifetime, and her sister, because of all of the trauma that she endured, was a selective mute. She had selective mutism, which basically means that she decided not to speak at all. And it was her sister, who was my client, right, the lady in the group session, who basically helped her sister speak up in that lifetime. And the woman in the group session is like, oh my goodness, that's so weird. And I'm like, why? She's like, because I'm a speech pathologist in this lifetime. That's what I do for a living. And I'm like, what? Anyway, it was literally mind-blowing, but every single group session is mind-blowing. Anyway, it's an hour and a half full of incredible downloads and information. And if you think about my typical one-on-one sessions at $250 an hour, this is $77 for an hour and a half of incredibly downloaded information. Anyway, yeah, and then moving forward, I'm going to actually be bringing people together who were really interested in the free group session or the free session, and I'm going to be actually putting out and publicizing a couple of group sessions so that you guys can actually watch these group sessions in action and really watch what I do, because when I talk on a live video, you have no idea how I really channel and what I can see. So I'm really excited to share all of my gifts with you guys, even though I'm not really doing one-on-one sessions. Hopefully you guys join me for the group. Hey, Scotty. All right. Okay, so let's get back into spirit guides. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to overview the kinds of spirit guides that we have. We have animal spirit guides. We have current incarnation ancestral spirit guides. We have past life ancestral spirit guides. We have cosmic spirit guides, and we have parallel self spirit guides. So we have about 5 different forms of spirit guides. And I want to say that in total, in general, okay, every human has on average about 10 spirit guides. On average, about 10 spirit guides, okay? And yeah. And so some people have more. Like, I've seen people have up to 18 spirit guides, and I've also seen people have less than 10, maybe even around 6. 6 spirit guides is probably the lowest. Now, the number one thing that, well, there's many things, but one of the things that we need to keep in mind is that spirit guides aren't necessarily stagnant. They're not stagnant, okay? So basically what that means is that they will come and go in our life. Hey, Linda, thank you so much. 1313, gotta love it. Oh yeah, I want to say too that, oh my goodness, I'm so like getting off track. Ugh, okay. I'm like, do I want to be all over the place today, or do I want to cut straight to the chase? Anyway, I'm gonna say this one thing just because I saw the 1313. So my friend is coming. His name is Zach. I really wanted him in this live video, but his flight got delayed. Obviously, there's blizzards in Canada, so happy I'm in LA. And so his number is 23. Like, his number has always been 23 since he was a kid, and it's just ramping up the more psychic he's getting. It's really cool. And so for the past 3 days, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice, but for the past 3 days, I've been attracting 2323 all the time, everywhere. It's just incredible. Anyway, so I told him that he's creeping on my vibration, or we're like starting to entangle, right? As he's coming closer and closer to getting here, I can feel his vibration coming into my little space. So it's really cool how the universe works, really. Okay, so so let's talk about, oh yeah, spirit guides. So on average, people have about 10 spirit guides on average. But like I was mentioning before, spirit guides are not stagnant. They do not, and I actually always used to think that, okay, great, I have all these spirit guides, and these are the spirit guides that I have for the rest of my life, right? And actually, it's not the case at all. Sometimes spirit guides are contracted to be with you for your entire life, for 89 years or 98 years or however long you are contracted to live. But most of the time, your spirit guides come and go in your life. So maybe for a period of 3 years, when you're really dealing with opening your third eye, you're going to have, some sort of psychic guru from a past lifetime come into your life as a spirit guide for that period of time when you're in need of that specific energy and information. Does that make sense? So spirit guides are not stagnant. Even though on average you have 10, they come and go. They are fluid. They just pop into your life, they give you what you need, and then they kind of back off, right? And they allow you to live your life. So it's really interesting kind of understanding the flow of spirit guides. There's something else that just popped in that I wanted to mention about spirit guides. What was it? Oh, there's so much information always. Hold on. It's gone now. Okay, so yeah, so on average, about 10 spirit guides, they come and they go. At first, back in the day, about 10 years ago, when I started channeling spirit guides and interdimensional beings, my thought was that, oh, if you're a spirit guide, then you know more than me. Then you're very knowledgeable. Then you have all the information. So let me ask you about this. And even people today, I mean, everyone's kind of on their own awakening journey. But when people first start awakening, they believe that their spirit guides are the end all to be all. They believe that their spirit guides are the source of all of the information. And the first time, and you guys, if you've been following me for a little while, you might already know this story, but I have to say it because it's so cool. Okay, so the first time I ever really woke up to realize that spirit guides aren't all high and mighty is I was 19. Hey, iCat, thank you so much, 555. Love that super chat. So yeah, I was 19. I was probably about a year into my reawakening. And I was meditating. Hey, Christopher, as always, thank you for that super chat. Loving it. So I was 19. I was about a year into my journey, my spiritual journey or my reawakening. And the easiest way I could channel was with my roommate because she was around all the time and it was just easy because she was easily accessible and she was very emotional, right? So there's a lot of things to get into all the time. All right. So yeah, super interesting. So I would tap into her energy and I channeled one of her spirit guides and it's really beautiful. Like he was a cosmic interdimensional being, half man, half horse, and the man portion of him, very ripped, dark hair, like kind of like he had a goatee, I guess. But he was blue. He was like this beautiful dark blue, right? And so he's like this half man, half horse, dark blue, dark hair creature. Even since then, I've never seen another being like this. Anyway, and so then, I would tap into his energy. I would get insights from him. I was very disempowered with my spirit guide. So I'd be like, okay, spirit guide, show me the way. Okay, tell me what she needs to know right now, right? So I'd always kind of go to the spirit guides instead of just going to my own knowledge and information or source itself. Anyway, so then the one day, I was just sitting on my couch and I was meditating and I'm just like finding this peace and finding this bliss and finding my little sanctuary. And it literally looked like way in the distance up on this hill. I don't know why up on a hill, but it literally looked like he was elevated. I see this half man. I forget what his name was, but he had a really cool name too. Anyway, so I see this half man, half horse, right? I recognize obviously him as my roommate's spirit guide. And he's way up there and he goes like this. And he's got his arms crossed and he's scowling at me. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, you're clearly upset at me. Like, what's going on, right? And I'm like, if you have something to say to me, like, say it. Don't just creep into my meditation and don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like, come over here and tell me what's wrong. Anyway, so he comes over, he's in front of me, and he telepathically tells me, he's like, well, I'm upset with you. And I'm like, well, why? And he said, well, last night you told Hannah, which was my friend or my roommate, he's like, last night you told Hannah that the dishes in the sink were dirty and that they were hers and that she needs to clean them up. And I'm like, well, I mean, they are her dishes and they are dirty and they've been sitting there for 3 days. So yeah, she's got to clean them up, right? And he's like, well, I think that you didn't tell her in a very nice way. And, you know, midterms are coming up because we were both in university. Midterms are coming up and she's really stressed out and you need to be easier on her. You need to, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I honestly don't think that she feels that way. You know, I really don't think that I was harsh on her last night. So he's like, well, you were. And I'm like, okay, let me go get her. And so I'm like, Hannah, come here. And she was in her room, right? I'm like, come here. Like, I need to talk to you. Like, I don't know what his name was, like Sebastian or something. I'm like, Sebastian is here. And he's very upset with me, and we need to clear the air because he's not listening to me. And so I sit her down, and I've got him here, like literally in my space. And I tell her what happened, right? He's invading my meditation space. And I'm like, Hannah, like, look, like, was I hard on you last night? Like, did you really take that, you know, to heart? Like, did that really affect you negatively when you went to bed? And she's like, no, not at all. They're my dishes. I'm going to clean them up, right? And so I'm like, see, there you go. And so then he's like, well, apologize to her. So I did. I'm like, I'm sorry, Hannah, for speaking to you that way. And then I'm like, he won't leave until you tell him to leave because I can't. And so she's like, okay, Sebastian, hi. Can you just like give my roommate her space? Like, I know that you can talk to, you can talk to her, but you know, give her space. Like, you know, don't invade her, whatever. Right. And so literally it was such a funny moment with this crazy interdimensional half man, half horse spirit guide. Such a cool moment, but also at the same time, it broke through this veil that all spirit guides, especially really powerful interdimensional ones, have all the answers. They don't. Here it is, this higher vibrational interdimensional being comes to me and he's angry with me. He's upset with me. And he wasn't even right about it. He thought that my roommate was upset, and she wasn't. He wasn't even right about his assumptions. So it really made me contemplate. It really made me think. Like right after that, I had such a big breakthrough. And the breakthrough is, oh my goodness, all spirit guides are also learning their own lessons. Right? They're learning their own lessons. We need to realize, especially the interdimensional ones, they are in the 12th dimension, 10th dimension, 6th dimension, 5th dimension, whatever, but they're out there as that being that they show up as. Hey, Kai Kai, thank you for that super chat, 1111. They're out there, they're living their own life, and they're popping into our reality to help us, but they are still incarnated. They are still existing. They are still learning lessons. We cannot look to these spirit guides as the end all to be all of information and truth. They're not. They're simply not. And about a month after that, I had another breakthrough or a download, which is, say, for example, you had like a Lyran as a spirit guide. And say, for example, this Lyran as a spirit guide was your brother from a past lifetime when you were a Lyran. So think about it this way. He's a Lyran, and he's coming into your lifetime right now when you're a human. But you were also a Lyran with him back in that past lifetime. And he's showing up as a Lyran, which means that maybe he's just always been a Lyran since you've left that lifetime. But since then, you've been a Palladian, you've been an angel, you've been a Native American warrior, you've been a hunter, you've been a human, you've been a turtle. You've had all these lifetimes and all of this experience. Just because you forget in this current incarnation who you are, doesn't mean that those spirit guides in a different dimension know or have anything more than you do. Ultimately, a lot of your cosmic guides are actually past life versions of your family members, which means that you have all the information that they have. They're just a little bit more awakened than you are. They're just a little bit more aware of the information than you are. Okay? So it's really important that you realize that you actually have all the information your spirit guides have, if not more information than your spirit guides have. Okay? So it's really important and really time to wake up to the power that you have. All right? And I've got Ray here saying some are predators. So maybe you're implying that some spirit guides are predators, and I want to say absolutely not. A spirit guide wouldn't be a predator. They literally wouldn't sign up as a contract to be a spirit guide to be a predator. There's no way, okay? Hey Rex, what's going on? We have to have another video sometime soon. So anyway, yeah, so there's no way that your spirit guides would be predators, but if you think that a spirit guide is kind of bringing you some disillusion, okay, or disharmony, or you think that a spirit guide is telling you to do one thing or another in particular, then that's a pretty good indication that that's more of a psychic attack or a spiritual attack or a dark entity. So I think I mentioned this in a couple live videos ago, which was a client of mine said, hey, you know, my spirit guides last year told me that I needed this course in India, and I spent $30,000 to go to this course, and this teacher was actually really dark and really corrupt and really kind of fucked up, right? And I said, look, it wasn't your spirit guides to tell you to spend all of that money. Literally, your spirit guides would never tell you to do one thing or another. Your spirit guides are just here to help you get on the right track, to help you realize that this path is harmonious and aligned and this path is not. Ultimately, you always have the choice. Any being, okay, any being, this is a good rule of thumb, any being or any spiritual teacher that tells you what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, what you need to eat, what you can't eat, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, you know, what's going to put you into heaven or hell, any being that tells you right or wrong is disillusioned within themselves or is trying to disillusion you. They're taking your power away because they're taking away your free will. So there's no way that a spirit guide would ever be a predator because they just wouldn't sign up for that. A spirit guide is here to help you on your path. They wouldn't be a predator. It's like literally a paradox, an oxymoron. There's no way, it's impossible. It just couldn't happen. They wouldn't be able to even sign up for that if they're going to be a predator. Okay, so just kind of clearing the space there. All right, so I want to talk about a cosmic soul versus a more human soul. And when I say human soul, I mean, yeah, more grounded to this planet and more grounded to this kind of physical incarnation. But I also mean kind of more connected to the third dimension and lower dimensions. So between human and cosmic, I can always tell an individual who is more cosmic or more human based on the amount of spirit guides that they have. So say, for example, like I said, oh, okay, it's not what you meant. No worries. But it was a good topic anyway. So say, for example, someone has 10 spirit guides. Clean number, right? So 5 of their spirit guides are cosmic interdimensional beings, and 5 of their spirit guides are earthbound human beings, okay? Whether it be from past lifetimes or the current lifetime, that person is pretty balanced in between cosmic and human. Spirit guides are a mere representation of what you need in your life. If you are an incredibly cosmic being who is just kind of finding your footing on this planet saying, I don't know what I'm doing here, I don't want to be here, I'm resenting being human, I don't know how to navigate being here, you know, and it's kind of a bit of a cluster, then you're going to have way more cosmic spirit guides to help you navigate the human existence. If you've been human for a very long time and this is your comfort zone, you're like, yeah, I'm human, I can kill it, whatever, but I really struggle with depression, then what you're going to have is you're going to have a lot of human spirit guides coming into your life to help you navigate this human existence, right? So if you're more of a cosmic being, you're going to have more cosmic spirit guides. If you're more of a human being and connected to this planet, then you're going to have more human spirit guides helping you navigate the woes of being human, right? So I can always tell right away if someone is more cosmic or more human just based on how many cosmic versus how many human spirit guides they have. It's pretty simple, pretty clear cut. But like I said, spirit guides come and go in our life all the time. Sometimes they're contracted to be in our life for 6 months, sometimes it's 6 years, sometimes it's 60 years, right? We never really know. Okay, so what else did I want to mention about spirit guides? I would say the biggest takeaway about spirit guides is don't disempower yourself with spirit guides. It's super important, okay? You know more information than they do, and they're not allowed to override or usurp your free will by telling you what is right and what is wrong. That's the biggest, kind of piece of advice that I could give you. Okay, anything else that comes to mind about spirit guides? Right, okay. One more thing that I want to mention is, just along the lines of what we've been talking about, is moving forward, I see that spirit guides are really, don't worship them, right? Really, spirit guides are taking a back seat these days, and a lot of spiritual individuals are telling me, hey, Elizabeth, like, I always used to connect and speak to my spirit guides, and I always had that connection, but for the past 2 years, they haven't been around. They've abandoned me. That's not the case. They would never abandon you, right? Once again, they come and go, but there's always, spirit guides in your life. But ultimately, what's happening is spirit guides are no longer needed anymore because we are waking up to the contracts that we have. The only real purpose for spirit guides is to make you aware of the contracts that you signed up for before you created this lifetime. And I'm going to give you an example, and it's going to be a little bit of a rattling, maybe a little bit of a sharp example, but I'm going to say it anyway. And so the example is a car accident. Say, for example, at the age of 25 or 32 or 48 or what have you, at a certain age, you were contracted to have a car accident. And that car accident was actually going to wake you up to taking care of yourself a little bit better. It's going to wake you up to getting more sleep because maybe you were tired on the road and you didn't react fast enough or what have you, right? There was some sort of lesson within that car accident. That car accident was actually meant to be a pivotal moment in your life. So you had to have that. So that's your contract. Hey, Ian, thank you so much for that super chat. 2222, love it. So you have to have that car accident. So here's what's going to happen. Okay, you're on your path, and you're driving to work, and I don't know, whatever. It's kind of a convoluted concept, but you're driving to work, and you go and grab a coffee, and because you make the decision to go and grab a coffee, you actually avoid the car accident that you were supposed to have. You know what your spirit guides are going to do? They're going to try and get you back on the path of having the car accident. Once again, it's a little bit of a startling example, but it's important for you guys to know that spirit guides aren't here to lead you to the most blissful, shitting rainbows, kind of lifestyle. They're not here to lead you to that. They are here to keep you on your path. The only person who wrote your path and your blueprint is you before you incarnated. Your spirit guides are just here to literally guide you on the path that you created for yourself. Remember that you created these blueprints, you created this path, you created all of the challenges and the hurdles and the triumphs in this lifetime. You created that without an ego. You weren't trapped or confined, I should say, to this linear third-dimensional existence. You were a soul. You were a pure consciousness. Right before you incarnated into this lifetime, you said, okay, so I've been a shaman before, I've been a teacher, I've been persecuted for speaking my truth. These are the karmic lessons that I need to complete. These are the lessons that I need to learn, and this is what I need to go through in order to grow and to move forward. So what can I put in my life? Maybe a little bit of heartbreak, maybe a little bit of losing some money, maybe a little bit of disempowerment, maybe a little bit of losing my voice in order to regain my sense of self, in order to understand that I am powerful, that I can override that. You decided to put all of that in your contracts, and you chose your different spirit guides for the different aspects of your life to learn different things, to help you learn different things. Okay? Your spirit guides are not creating your life. They're not leading you down a beautiful, blissful path. They're literally helping you stay on track to the path that you decided for yourself. So if you needed to go through a car accident in order to learn some vital lessons in your life because you chose to learn that, then they're going to lead you right into a car accident. And so, you know, those moments of trauma and tragedy that happen, and you're like, but what if I just waited 5 more seconds? But what if I just sent that person that last text message? But what if I, what if I changed my outfit right before going out? Then I could have avoided this car accident. No, you wouldn't have been able to avoid that car accident, because ultimately that was on your path. That was meant to happen. And your spirit guides supported that trauma in your life. And they're going to support you through navigating out of that trauma as well and healing that trauma, because you're healing a lot of old karmic contracts through going through challenges in this lifetime. Once again, your spirit guides aren't deciding. They're actually not allowed to decide anything. Oh, should Elizabeth do this or this? Never, never, ever, ever. So when you go to your spirit guides and you ask them for something, you need to ask them to remind you of the path that you decided before you incarnated. That's what it comes down to. Don't ask your spirit guides to give you an answer to a question. Ask your spirit guides to remind you of the path that you decided for yourself. The more you attach yourself to your spirit guides of, I really want to communicate with my spirit guides. I really want to be psychic. I really want to be able to talk to them. Why? Why does that matter? Why do you care so much? Why do you need to talk to your spirit guides? You don't. You don't need to talk to them. Besides, they're always listening. The more you think you need your spirit guides, the further away they get. The energy and vibration of attachment is a fear vibration. I need my spirit guides to talk to me to validate the fact that I'm psychic. You don't. I need my spirit guides to answer this question because I don't know the answer for myself. You do. You do have that answer. When we stop disempowering ourselves with our spirit guides, we start to actually search for answers from within. Okay? We have all the information within ourselves. And so someone kind of commented before and said, hey Martins, thank you for being a member. So I kind of mentioned before, someone mentioned before, is like, oh, should we just go to our higher self? Absolutely. Go to your consciousness. Go to the purity within yourself. Go to pure source within you. Okay? That's the most important. Don't go to your spirit guides. But it's cool. It's fun to connect with your spirit guides. Ultimately, right now at this time, we are all connecting to our cosmic parallel selves and not our spirit guides. I used to ask your spirit guides in one-on-one sessions and group sessions. I used to ask your spirit guides for advice and information to kind of let that person be on their path. And ultimately, who keeps coming up is that person's cosmic identity, is their cosmic self, who knows just as much information as your spirit guides. So it's time to wake up and realize that you have and always have had that power within you. And I think I just want to double check to see if there's anything else I want to mention on this. Right. Right. Okay, one more thing. Just one more thing. So I'm not going to give you advice on how to connect with your spirit guides, because literally that is enabling all of your disempowerment to connect with them instead of connecting with yourself. So instead, I'm going to give you a really quick, beautiful, incredible tip on how to connect with your own blueprint. Once again, you don't want to connect to your spirit guides because they don't have any answers for you. All they have is your blueprint, your contracts, your path of your life. That's it. That's all they have for you, right? So here's the advice, right? So if all you need to do is follow your own path and follow your own contracts and blueprint to stay on track, in a sense. If that's all you need to do, then how do you do that? And the number one advice that I want to give you with that, hey Sharma, thank you for that super chat. The number one piece of advice that I want to give you to stay on your own blueprints that you created is to really pay attention to the world around you. Your reality is interacting with you. And it's easy to fall back into the autopilot programming and to just kind of live life without awareness. And if you guys haven't already watched my autopilot video, oh my goodness, please watch it. It's on YouTube. It's freaking mind-blowing. It was a download that I got. I think I had a freaking face mask on. Oh, it's so embarrassing, but whatever. Anyway, so listen to the autopilot message. It's so incredible. Right after this, maybe. It's a short one. I think it's 20 minutes. Anyway, okay. So it's easy to fall back into autopilot, but when you become aware of your reality, you realize that your reality is always communicating to you. It's listening to you. The number one thing that is going to tell you if you are on or off your path is how easy life is. And if you haven't already watched my harmony versus disharmony video, watch it. It's freaking mind-blowing, guys. It's going to freaking propel you into the fifth dimension, okay? That video was incredible too. I mean, all the downloads recently have been freaking mind-blowing. Hey, Gneta, thank you for that super chat. Beautiful, 155, awesome. So please be aware, when life is easy, you are in harmony, you are on your path. When you get into a car accident, you're like, holy shit, I was loving life. I was in flow. Everything was easy and this just happened. The car accident happened in ease, which means it was meant to happen. So don't question it. When these things come out of nowhere, come out of the blue, they're meant to happen. Don't question it. They're in flow. You are in flow with your path. When you really want to get a job and you keep applying and keep applying and keep applying, or you really want to sell your house and you keep putting it on the market, and nothing's biting, it's a pretty good indication that it's not currently on your timeline or on your path in the moment to do that. Listen to your reality. If things are pushing back on you, then it's a good indication. If there's resistance in your life, in anything, in a friendship, with a family member, with a romantic partner, with a job, okay? If you feel resistance in any aspect of your life, hey Phil, love the 1111. Hey Breeze, welcome to the teachers page. Thank you for being a member. If you feel resistance in any aspect or any area of your life, it means that you're not aligned to your path. Back off. That's all I ask of you. Just back off in that moment. Okay? When things are easy and everything's in flow, then you are aligned to your path. Then everything is aligning for you and with you. So follow what is easy, not what is complacent. I don't want you guys to all just chill. You know what? EA told me it was like easy to just like chill all day and like watch Netflix and, you know, eat a bunch of popcorn. That's easy. She said, go follow the easy. No, don't do that. Okay? Don't be complacent, but follow what is easy, what's kind of falling into place for you. That's when you know it's on your path. That's when you know it's harmonious and right. Okay? Awesome. All right, guys, with that, hey CH, thank you. Aw, thanks for that super chat. $9.99, love it. And just a little announcement, that is the price of my monthly membership page, $9.99. So if you're interested in exclusive content, asking me questions, if you guys want to ask me Q&A questions every Sunday morning that I will answer only for the teachers, then you definitely want to sign up for the membership page on YouTube. Exclusive weekly videos that no one gets to see, exclusive tarot and oracle card pulls. I mean, you name it, tons of information and insights on the membership page. So sign up now. Hey, Christine, I see that you just signed up for the membership page. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all of my members. I love you guys so much. Oh man, keep up the good work. I am so excited. I feel like the energy in 2020 is super, I mean, talk about easy, but it's just more relaxed. Like it's way more relaxed than it was before. I felt like the full moon that just passed us was super intense. So I'm just enjoying every single second of it, and I hope you guys are too. So keep up the good work. I will be back this Sunday for a live Q&A, and only my members get to ask me questions. So if you are a member, get your questions ready because I will be taking your questions live on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And other than that, I will be uploading videos. I think I just uploaded like 4 months of videos publicly for everyone every Tuesday and Wednesday. So please subscribe, hit the notification button, check it out. And if you want real information just for you, then you want to check out my weekly group sessions. Twice a week, really unbelievable group sessions. Check it out, guys. Keep up the high vibes. I love you all so much. And don't disempower yourselves because you are better than your spirit guides. Grayson says bye. Bye, guys. Thank you, Ryan. Bye.